All right, so we're here right now at phase 3, and I want to check out what has been kid developed but mom approved. So if you could, let's have a tour of where we are right now. You could just kind of give us an idea about where we are and show us what folks will be buying.
Sure.
After this video.
Amen.
They're going to want to buy some.
Excellent. Yeah.
50% off if you, no, I'm just playing. So tell us about the SWAT.
Excellent. So actually we do as much creation of the materials and buy as many local items as we can for these homes. So where you're standing, we actually produce these concrete tiles ourselves. The walling, the precast walls that we actually produce. So we reduce the amount of cement required to build the wall by making everything on site. Right. So with these kind of precast walls, there's just cement at the base of the pillar.
Got it.
You don't actually have cement throughout. If you're a traditional wall, you have to dig a huge trench and fill it with concrete and start piling the blocks up, right? And then again, with the precast wall, it's about this thick as opposed to this thick. So you're reducing the amount of cement.
Got it.
So a lot of things we've upgraded in this on phase 3. So each phase, we improve the quality of the materials because we have better relationship with suppliers. These doors are an upgrade. We use a locally produced tile. These tiles are made in a factory in Takoradi, which is actually where my grandfather is from.
Wow.
So we put that in. We brought the doors in ourselves. So the buyer of this unit actually opted for a granite finish.
Okay.
That's not a standard feature, but we put that in for her.
So buyers have the option if they want to. So talk to us about, I know that there's a few options. There's fully finished and then there's a shell. So for folks who are interested, maybe this is their first time hearing about it. What are some of those buyer options that you have available at this development?
Well, the shell home basically mimics what we find in the market. A lot of buyers buy incrementally in Gaza, right? They build incrementally. So you find folks, and you'll see as you went around, a lot of half-built houses.
Yes.
And it's difficult to wrap your mind around if you're coming from used to that.
Yeah.
Right? But in a place where there's really no construction finance and there's a very, very small mortgage market, and also depreciating currency. If you're sitting on 100,000 CDs, it might be a good idea to start your foundation. You don't have the money to build the whole house.
Yeah.
Right? Because the cost of materials can go up on a monthly basis.
Yes, thank you.
Right? So it's a hedge against inflation. It also secures your land against encroachment. That's another huge issue here, is that you can buy the land, but you find that with time, that there are people who are challenging your claim or actually building on property, and it takes a long time to try and get them off. So as a way to stake your claim, you build incrementally. So with the shell house, what we found is that a lot of folks that were in the diaspora, they might not have all the money to buy the house fully finished. They may not even intend to move back. It could be that they're retiring at the age of 60, but they want to get in on the property ladder at 57.
Get it,
right? So, you buy the shell house, which looks completely finished from the outside, right? But on the inside, the house is raw. So you can do your own tiling, or you can even contract us to put tiles in 2-3 years when you need them.
Got it.
So it just allows people to manage their cash flow.
I get it. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And I think it's important for you to mention that because, as you said, right, if somebody's watching this from Houston, buying a shell house is like a foreign concept, and it doesn't make sense. But again, in just context, it's different options to meet the demand of the market for this context.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is one of the 3 bedrooms. I'll show you a unit that actually has all the furniture in it. But we upgraded with the shower units for phase 3. We brought these in. Wow. Full stainless steel fittings, stainless steel tops.
Now, this is a simple thing, but I've told people this before, right? That when I came to Ghana, it was a simple thing, just like doors not closing, hallways that are crooked. You go to a washroom that's this size.
Yeah.
This is the washing, this whole side, and then a toilet in the center of the washroom.
That's right.
And even when you get your tissue is way over here, you're like, who has designed this place?
It's not easy.
Yeah, so it's common. I think that there's a lot of people who have a certain expectation in their mind about coming back to the continent. And again, like they're looking for their little piece of Wakanda. And I think that what you provide is you provide people an opportunity to have that. I'm not trying to make it sound too idealistic, but I've been here 4 years and I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you horror stories that I've experienced. I think what you've done, because you understand those worlds and because of that international experience, you know what people are looking for. And again, right, you wouldn't build a place that you wouldn't want to live in. I think that's the difference. The motivation is not try to let me go and chop these people's money, because that's a real reality.
Sure.
But let me create something where I can see myself in. And you see that reflected in the detail. I mean, but mama owned it, so we already knew that.
Excellent. So with this unit, you've also got the master bedroom that's en suite, master bath. And this is how the unit expands. So this is 3 beds. So the 2 beds, you can actually extend and add a 3rd bedroom. This is what it looks like once you've added the 3rd bed.
I like the
wardrobe.
Yes. So if you're someone who's married and you don't want to share space with your spouse,
Everybody's got this.
everybody make their own space.
That's right.
You can keep yourself there.
That's right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So this the wardrobes we started on phase 2 with asphalt, and then we found a really good wardrobe carpentry outfit on Spintex Road that we used for phase 3.
Wow.
And I'm really happy with the finish. We had thought that we might need to bring in some of these items from China, Turkey, but to be able to support a locally based entrepreneur and really begin to build out that ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Wow. Yeah, we can see. I mean, I think I can see the vision as we're walking through it, right? It's not just about creating homes, it's about creating communities. And within that, right, you need different aspects of the community to connect. You need entrepreneurs, you need everything. And I can see him creating that. Listen, I might have to buy one of these, man.
You'd love to have it here.
Listen, put me on the list. I'm on the list.
I think we need to do that. We need an enclave for the Tim Swain community that you're building, because you guys are basically doing the same thing, but virtually.
Yeah.
I've seen the kind of responses you're getting in your comments section.
Yeah.
Right, and it's hugely powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it shows is the reality that people are tired, man. They're tired of pursuing a dream where when they they're tired of climbing a ladder, only to realize when they get to the top, the ladder has been leaning against the wrong building.
Yeah.
So one of the things I noticed when I got here was I see that you try to incorporate greenery.
That's right.
Like you have this beautiful kind of backdrop with greenery, but you also have it within the community. Why was it important to have that kind of touch here?
I think it just makes it more livable. You just don't want to be in a concrete jungle in your own home. The more greenery, and we're in the tropics.
Yeah.
You can't grow climbing ficus in Cleveland. So if you're able to grow a cane palm in your front yard, why not? I think it adds a huge amount of value.
And so with phase 1, 2, and 3, how many units total are we talking about?
So it's 48 units.
Okay.
But we're going on to do another 50 in phase 4.
Wow.
So
you go all the way to what, like phase 12? No, phase 10? No,
why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah. So far as there's demand, we will produce homes.
So where we are right now is, so we're in phase 1 right now. Out of all of the units that you have between 1, 2, and 3, how many do we have left, percentage-wise?
Okay, so phase 1 is completely sold out.
Okay.
Phase 2, I've got 2 units left in phase 2.
All right.
And then in phase 3, we have 10 units.
So 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms, what are we talking? And then price points?
So with the price points, it's $55,000 USD for a fully finished 2-bed.
Okay.
If you opt for the shell home, it's $42,000.
All right.
And I've got payment plans that extend as long as 2 years.
So we've got 2-year payment plans. So we got options for people.
Yep.
Here's a question I have. Let's say there's somebody watching this right now. Let's say they have access to, I don't know, maybe $55,000 to $75,000 or $80,000. They're thinking about they've seen all these real estate videos.
Sure.
They want to come to Ghana and invest in something. Maybe not development, but they want to invest. Maybe 12 months, they want to start seeing a return on their investment. What would you advise that person to do? Should they build something? Should they go for a turnkey property? How would you advise that individual? Let's say that most of my audience is from the U.S. Let's say they're a U.S. person.
Sure. Well, I think there are unique opportunities and challenges. If you're interested in spending $55,000, I think obviously I'd recommend buying something here. Right? The constraint is you won't have the opportunity to express yourself in terms of being able to decide where the rooms are, and you're limited to the options that you have here. I think one of the lovely things about being in Ghana, particularly in the real estate space, is it allows for people to be a bit adventurous. So it depends on your appetite. One of the things that we found with our buyers here, more than 50% of my buyers are women.
Wow.
And I think one of the drivers there is they don't necessarily want the hassle of trying to supervise work crews. They like a turnkey solution.
Yeah.
So it really depends on a case-by-case basis what you're looking for and what you're trying to get out of that investment.
Yeah.
In a location like Pokuase Heights, this is not a location where you're going to find a great rental yield immediately. I think we're probably about 2 to 3 years before the rental market really picks up here. So what you're getting is appreciation. You're buying a house for $55,000 that will be valued at $100,000 sooner than later.
That's a lot of appreciation.
I've seen it. I mean, this
no.
Yeah.
I mean, for this, the thing is, I think it goes back to the first part of our conversation, where when you said that your father, you guys thought he was crazy, but he was doing things ahead of time because he saw the vision. And I think because of that, right, you have a lot of visionaries like yourself who are doing the same thing. And I think one of the challenges that we have experienced is sometimes here on the continent, the move will pass us. And then we'll say, let's now catch up. Let's catch up to that now. As opposed to really being visionaries and listening to people like yourself and other people in different sectors who understand the context that we're in. Everything we talked about earlier, right? Looking at the youth demographics, looking at the realities of the skill opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities, and saying, let's do something here. I mean, when you talk about $55,000, where can you go in the U.S. and buy a house? Well, you can, but
not in a capital city.
Yeah. And in the environment sometimes that you'll buy it in, you probably don't want to live there. Sure. You probably want to live there. So I think, honestly, there is an opportunity here. I know there's somebody watching this. This is their first time. Thank you so much for watching for the first time. Maybe they are the Ghanaian that has been abroad. And because they've been watching all of this content on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on IG, they know that they want to come back. They've accomplished the whatever dream, but they have no idea where to start. What would you say to that person?
Well, I think a great place to start is just to have a beachhead where you can start to engage with the country. So if you've got a place, that's where it begins. You need a home so that you can assess opportunities. You can even invite some of your contacts that you've made abroad to experience Ghana and look for how you fit in.
So listen, the message is simple. Just come. Just come. And thank you so much for your time today. I mean, I think that the conversation has been educational. It's been empowering. And I know that there's some folks watching who are really not just inspired, but they've been challenged deeply to do something different, to move them towards accomplishing that African dream. And if this is your first time watching this, listen, I surely appreciate you. If you love this content, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, peace.